The lights go out. The bedroom door is half open, the hallway is dark, and the house settles into the kind of silence that humans call quiet. For the cat, silence does not exist. The refrigerator hums at a frequency below human hearing. A mouse behind the kitchen wall shifts its weight, and the sound travels through the plaster. The heating system clicks once, and the vibration moves through the floor. None of this is quiet. This is her world waking up. In the last video, we looked at why cats sleep next to people. 3 layers: warmth, safety, attachment. But that video ended at bedtime. Tonight we stay awake. 1 house, 1 cat, 9 hours. Everything she sees, hears, and feels that the person sleeping 3 feet away will never know about. 9 in the evening, the last lamp switches off. In the first few seconds of darkness, something happens inside the cat's eyes that no human eye can replicate. The pupils expand until the iris is almost invisible. A thin ring of colour around a black disc that now covers nearly the entire surface of the eye. Behind the retina sits a layer of reflective cells called the tapetum lucidum. Every photon of light that enters the eye hits the retina once, bounces off this reflective layer and hits the retina again. The cat is recycling light. On top of that, her retinas contain roughly 8 times more rod cells than a human's. Rod cells detect motion and shape in low light. The result is that a room a person would experience as pitch black is, for the cat, a dim but fully navigable space. Furniture has edges. The doorway has depth. The pile of shoes by the front door is not a shadow. It is a pile of shoes. She sees it. She has always seen it. 10 in the evening, the first patrol. She drops from the bed and moves through the apartment without a sound. This is not wandering. This is a systematic check of every entry point, every window, every door, every corner where something could have changed since the last patrol. Her whiskers are forward, fanned out wide. Each whisker sits in a follicle packed with nerve endings so dense that they detect shifts in air pressure the way a seismograph detects tremors. When she passes through a doorway, the whiskers register the width of the opening, the direction of the air current, and whether anything has disturbed the airflow since she last passed through. In parallel, thermal receptors concentrated around her nose detect radiant heat, not touching it, sensing it from a distance. A warm pipe behind the wall, the residual heat of a human handprint on a doorknob, the spot on the couch where someone sat an hour ago. She reads the thermal history of every room she enters. 20 years of living with cats, and I still find it remarkable. The apartment that feels empty and still to me is, for them, a map of recent events written in heat and air. Midnight. She is in the living room. A shadow moves across the wall cast by headlights passing on the street below. The cat's head snaps toward it before the car is even visible through the window. This is her motion detection system. Cats process visual motion faster than humans do. Where a person sees a smooth, continuous movement, the cat sees individual frames, each one crisp enough to trigger a response. This is why a laser pointer is almost impossible for a cat to ignore. The dot is not entertainment. It is a stimulus that plugs directly into a predatory circuit that has been refining itself for 40 million years of feline evolution. There is another layer to what she sees in this room that deserves mention. Research published by Douglas and Jeffrey in 2014 confirmed that cats can perceive ultraviolet light, a spectrum entirely invisible to the human eye. Under UV, the world looks different. Certain biological traces glow. Urine trails from rodents become visible lines on the floor. Old scent marks on furniture edges fluoresce. The kitchen floor, which looks clean to a person under normal light, might be a map of traffic patterns to a cat seeing in UV. So when a cat stares at an apparently empty corner with total focus, she might be looking at something that literally does not exist in human vision. Not ghosts, chemistry. In the apartment at midnight, she tracks shadows, reflections, UV traces, the flicker of a charging light on a phone across the room. She evaluates each one, dismisses, moves on. No mouse tonight. But the system does not switch off. It idles, scanning, until something real arrives or until sunrise resets the cycle. 2 in the morning. The apartment is as quiet as it will get. The person is in deep sleep, breathing slowly, 7 or 8 cycles per minute. The cat is on the hallway floor, eyes half closed. Ears rotating independently. She can hear frequencies up to roughly 65,000 Hz. The human ceiling is around 20,000. Everything above that line is her private channel. Ultrasonic squeaks from a rodent in the wall cavity, the high-pitched whine of a phone charger, a dog barking 3 buildings away at a pitch that never reaches the human ear. She processes all of it simultaneously. 32 muscles in each ear allow independent rotation up to 180 degrees. She does not need to turn her head. She builds a sound map of the environment and updates it continuously. Right now, the map says nothing has changed. The person is breathing, the building is stable, the mouse has not moved. All clear. 4 in the morning. She's on the windowsill. Something shifted in the air pressure outside, too subtle for any instrument in the apartment to register, but within the range of her whiskers and inner ear. Cats can detect infrasound vibrations below 20 Hz. The kind produced by distant weather systems, seismic activity, and atmospheric pressure changes. There are documented accounts of cats behaving erratically hours before earthquakes and storms, long before any human sensor triggered. Whether this particular shift at 4 in the morning is weather or traffic or construction on the far side of the city, the cat registered it. She sits still for several minutes, ears forward, nostrils flared. The Jacobson's organ in the roof of her mouth, a secondary sensory system designed to analyze chemical signals in the air, is processing whatever the early morning breeze carries through the gap in the window. Scent molecules from a neighbor's garden. The chemical trace of a cat that passed below the building sometime after midnight. Moisture in the air suggesting rain by midday. She is reading tomorrow's weather, with organs that evolution gave her and that no human possesses. 6 in the morning, the sky lightens. The cat drops from the windowsill, walks through the apartment one more time, checks the front door, checks the kitchen, checks the bathroom. Everything is where it was. The person is still breathing. The mouse did not come out. The storm has not arrived yet. She returns to the bedroom, jumps onto the bed, and settles into the warm dip in the mattress next to the sleeping human. There is a detail here that most people never notice. The spot she chooses in the morning is almost always the same spot that she left 9 hours ago, not approximately. The same depression in the mattress, the same angle relative to the person's body, the same distance. She has spent the entire night navigating a sensory landscape that no human can access, and her final act is to return to the exact coordinates she started from. By the time the alarm goes off, she will be curled up, eyes closed, purring softly, looking exactly like a cat that has been asleep all night. She has not. She worked a 9-hour shift in a sensory world that the person beside her cannot access and will never see. And she will do it again tonight. Same route, same systems, same quiet diligence. Not because anyone asked, because that is what she is. We have spent 3 videos looking at the cat, what she signals, why she sleeps where she sleeps, what she experiences when the lights go out. Next time we turn the mirror around, not what the cat does. But why the human cares so much? Why does a 7-pound animal with no interest in careers or opinions occupy a place in someone's life that some people reserve for partners and children? That is not a sentimental question, and the answer might be more honest than most people expect.